We've got Stephen Corbett and Robert Martin going to be our flag officials today. All right, we got one green flag. We got two green flags. Let's go. First bullet, 2020-21. All right, here we go. We're out 6.5 miles an hour, a little over 7 now. 51 meters flag. Pass through 100. Now 145. Still moving up 3 miles an hour up to 155. Still going. Out to 189. Starting to get a little power now. Woo! Wait to stop. 197.16, 197.16. Top speed, 7.5 miles per hour. Pretty good way to start 2021. All right, next coming up out of South Dakota State University, coming in for the OPS 42T. K-State decided to keep the pole. I believe it was 197.15. All right, so we're looking at sledding. The old Jackrabbit. 13 models. We live life 300 feet in time. I'll be looking for something over 197. Here we go. Spool up. Got those green flags rolling. Start coming out over 40 meters. Running up on the outside of the track. Now we're doing 100 meters. We have up to 200. Still full. Oh, to a stop. 222 even. Top speed, 6.8 miles per hour. 222, that's where you're doing speed. Change back, 10 miles an hour. Green flag, you're out. Pull up, 31 North Bridge. Go. Runner just over 6 miles an hour. 50 feet. Past the 100 foot. Still rather and better. 152. Flag for stop at 170.83. 170.83. Top speed, 6.5 miles an hour. Alrighty. I think we're ready to go. Green lights. Green flags. Off we go down the middle of the track, trending towards the low side. It picks up a little bit of speed, just over 4 miles an hour through 50 feet. They have one electric single generator on this tractor. She's passing 100 feet, losing a little bit of speed, down to about 1.8 miles an hour. Getting into a little power hop. Shut down at 135.49. 135.49. Top speed 4.3 miles per hour. Green light. One green flag. Two green flags. Spool up. Off we go. Front end comes up with a little bit of frame flex. Out through 30 feet. Still flexing. Getting a little bit off the ground there. Front end. That front left tire just doesn't want to touch the ground. Out through 110. Really clawing down into 130. 139.49, 139.49. Top speed, 4.7 miles per hour. Coming up next, Torquin Tigers out of University of Missouri, coming all the way from Columbia. I think the chain's tight. We got green lights. 1 green flag, 2 green flags. Spooling it up, coming out the hole. Running just over 7 miles an hour as we pass 75 feet and really climbing. Out through 125, still pulling 6 miles an hour or better. And pulling that front end as they go through 185. Running that the upper on sideline now. Out through 120, out through 125. Came to a stop at 125.84, 125.84. They are your new leader. Here comes the latest edition tractor from the stable of the Jackrabbits, SDSU. It's featuring Tweels. And their signature light package. Looking at top 225.84 is our current leader. Is that Nebraska's A team or X team?
I'll have to see it.
I think it's A team. I think their A team's white, or their X team's white.
Well, that should be the
Okay. All right. Getting all hooked up here, doing the last few minute checks. Tightening that chain up. Chain's tight, visor down. Green flags, front and back. Off we go. All right, out through 30 feet, just over 7 miles an hour. Climbing to that high side. Out through 95. Really getting out to the, really cutting to that low side of the track. Shut her down at 125.88. 125.88. Didn't want to go out of bounds. All right, this is the latest tractor to come out of the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. This year's tractor features 1 engine, an ECVT to a Cub Cadet transmission and rear end into a mechanical steering system. They said this year's electric continuously variable transmission, or the ECVT, was the most difficult part to build and design. They're saying that this year, the best part of competition was actually getting to do it in person and show up here in Peoria. So we're all excited to be back for 2021 and hope to be doing all the rest of the events, including design judging and presentations in person next year. We've got green light and 2 green flags. Looks like we're ready to go. Off we go. A little bit of a herk and a jerk, and here we go. Out through 40 feet. Now out through 75 feet, pulling about 4 miles an hour. Leaning back, looking for those front wheels to come off the ground. All right, and shut her down at 143.16, 143.16. All right, here come the Cowboy Motorsports OSU number 18. This tractor's named Bessie. Like I said, once again, features that electric drivetrain and skid steering. Said it took about 20 weeks off and on total work days to complete this and about 200 man hours. All right, green lights are on, visors down, 1 green flag, 2 green flags. Here we go. All right, give them a hand, folks. They did their best. Hopefully they can figure something out and come back here in the next round. All right, that will be it for the first round of polls. Stick with us shortly. We're going to try to get polls number 2 coming up the second round as quickly as possible. So everybody back to their tractors and get ready for hook number 2. All right, looks like we're into hook number 2. The Torquin Tigers of University of Missouri will be up first. Coming in, they were your winner in round number 1, A-team. Waiting for our flagmen to get in position. Coming up after the Torquin Tigers will be the Jackrabbits of SDSU, followed by Nebraska. We got 2 green flags. Face shields down, green light on the sled, and here we go, round number 2. Missouri coming out of the hole past 25 feet and building some speed. Back up to 7.3 miles an hour. Following that mid-track line. Stopped at 142.16, 142.16. Top speed, 7.3 miles an hour. They will have the option. They're going to drop 6 spots and come back and try again. They do have the option, being the first hook of this round. Coming up next, South Dakota State University. Mizzou will be back in 6 spaces. Track True coming in to fix the hole, get everything raked back in and rolled back in. Mr. Michael Holland doing a fine job today on the old Massey Ferguson. Going back and forth, wheel packing in the previous tracks. Got Ian on rake duty. South Dakota State starting with that mid to high side line. See if they can find a winner. Last time out, this A-Team tractor came in at 125.88, 125.88. So they're looking to best that here in the second hook. Chains tight, green flags are out. That 31 horse Briggs is revved up and ready to go. Here we go, coming out of the hole. Front end's a little light. Looking to get out of that hole. Shooting towards the low side. Digging in, flag to a stop at 134.116. 134.16. Top speed, 7 miles an hour. Up next, coming to us is the latest tractor out of the Cornhusker stable. Followed by Oklahoma State, then Kansas State. Then after that, just now pulling onto the scale is the SDSU X-Team tractor. This tractor took Nebraska about 58 weeks to build, just over a year. See if that ECVT gets dialed in a little better this round. They're looking to improve upon their pull of 143 last round on the first hook. Chains tight, green lights are on, visors down, green flags are out. Spooling it up, coming out of the hole. Eased it on out, nice and gentle, through 30 feet. Wave to a stop at 107.8, 107.8 top speed, just under 4 miles an hour at 3.9. They're going to go ahead and get unhooked. Up next, Old Bessie's going to give her another try, coming out of Oklahoma State. All right, here we go. After a little bit of splash of fuel and go-go juice, we're off and ready to go. See this? We'll have to see if they pull the little fancy spin move down here again. That's pretty slick. Ooh. We're going to go ahead and tighten that chain. Visor's already down. He's ready for safety. Waiting on those green flags. Oh, wrong flag there, Robert. Green one. We're moving. We're moving. Here we go, here we go, here we go. We're out past 40 feet. Holding a steady 1.5 miles an hour. Shimmy, shake, and quake through 60 feet. Oh, they found a little more juice there. We're out to just shy of 75 feet. Oh! Wave to a stop. 74.53. 74.53. Top speed, 1.6 miles an hour. You're up next, the Hellwig Farms K-State Quarter Scale Tractor Team. K-State looking for that ultra low side line. K-State coming in with that fiberglass hood and vacuum molded armrest. Carbon fiber, sorry. It's been a long weekend for all of us. I apologize. Carbon fiber, not fiberglass. Okay, they're going to go ahead and get backed up. All right, we've got a green light. Track is cleared. 2 green flags are out, and Kansas State is ready to go. Here we go. Spooling it up. Out through 60 feet. Starting to lug her down out to 100 foot. And power to a stop at 109.35. 109.35. Coming up next is the X-Team tractor out of South Dakota State University. It's the UV2431 Universal Series. Then up then for hook number 2 in the class is going to be Mizzou Torgan Tigers taking the option. Get her all hooked up. Lights are flashing. Lights on for safety, maybe. Green lights on. Green flags are out. Rev her up and here we go. We're out through 30 feet, 6 miles an hour. 75 feet. 5.5 miles an hour. Starting to lose a little bit of momentum. We're still going though. Out through 125. Oh, and wave to a red flag stop at 133.84. 133.84. 6.2 miles an hour. All right, the Torgan Tigers going to be back, taking the option on this hook. Here come the Torgan Tigers, going to take a low side line. So they set the cone and take the option on hook number 2 for the class. This tractor, coming out of the Torgan Tigers stables, took 16 weeks to design, about 8 weeks of fabrication, and then 4 weeks of assembly, so not doing too bad there. This year's theme song would be AC/DC's TNT. The Torque in Tigers. Finding that right gear, gonna tighten that chain. Ding ding, chain's tight. Green flags, green lights, visors down. Spool her up. Get comfortable in the seat. Off we go. Out to about 5 miles an hour. Out to 6.5 miles, almost 7. Running that low side line. They went 0.4 feet longer than their first pull.
Hey, I like some better.
They're our leader, right?
Huh?
They're our leader, right? They would be your leader. The Torque Tigers sit at your current leader spot. Up next is the Versatile coming out of Iowa State University's X team. Showing that beautiful red and yellow paint job. Opting for a high side line. See if they can find a little bit of fresh ground on the top side. Chains tight, green lights on. 2 green flags are out. We're out through 20 feet. 50 feet at 3.6 miles an hour. 88, 89. Wave to a red stop at 89.46 feet. 89.46 feet. Top speed, 3.9 miles an hour. Here we go, here we go, here we go. We're out 10 feet. Got a lot of frame flex. That one right side tire just likes to stand up and wave at everybody in the crowd there on the low side of the track. Wave to a red flag stop at 89.14. 89.14 feet. Top speed an even 4 miles an hour. All right, Nebraska X team coming in for their second attempt. Looks like we have reverse this time. So we're going to give them the hook here. This is still round number 2. Waiting in those green lights. And our flag officials are back in place. The tall one's on the east side. The somewhat tall, but not as tall, is on the west side. Spooled up, ready to go with the X-Team tractor. Here we go, here we go. She's moving. We're out past 15 feet at 3 miles an hour. Out past 50 feet at 2.8 miles an hour. Still going. 85 feet. Clawed to a stop at 89.93. 89.93. Top speed, 2.9 miles an hour. 2.9 miles an hour for Nebraska's X team. All right, here comes Iowa State's A-team tractor. Had a few repairs to make. Finally back after a weight change. They're ready to go. Gonna go ahead and get that chain all hooked up. Waiting for those green lights. We got our flag officials back in place. One, two, 3. Chain's tight. We got 2 green flags. Oh, wrong flag there, Robert. Green flag. Here we go. All right, we're out through 25 feet. She's off running 5.5 miles an hour down the track. Climbing up close to 5.7 miles an hour through 75 feet. Leaning back, trying to pull that front end off the ground through 109. Out to 110. Wave to a red flag stop at 113.68. 113.68. Top speed, 5.8 miles an hour. That'll conclude Hook 2. Coming up, Hook 3, 1,600-pound class. Oklahoma State will be up first. Chain's tight. All right, we got the first hook of heat number 3. Green flags are out. Oklahoma State will have the option. We're moving. We are moving. Out past 22 feet. And we've stopped at 23.41 feet. 23.41 feet. They'll have the option on whether or not they want to come back for a drop 6 spots and come back and pull this round or not. We'll let you know here. Just hold on. All right. Oklahoma State has chosen to keep that pull. We hope to see them back here in hook number 4 in a little bit. All right, coming in for the third hook, University of Nebraska's A-Team tractor. This is 1,600-pound hook on low setting. That's 3 3/4 inch chain height on the sled. Chain's tight. Track officials are out. Green flags are out. Visors are down. Here we go, ready to roll. Spool up that 31 horse Briggs, and off we go. Out through the first 20 feet at 4 miles an hour. All right, we're through 90 feet. Out through 100 now. Closing in at 120 feet. Getting some traction now out through 140. Riding that high side out through 150 now. Out to 175. Moving along through 200. Out through 215. Still going into the sunlight. Clawed to a stop at 226.87. 226.87. Top speed 4.2 miles an hour. They are your current leader, hook number 2. Next up, South Dakota State University, A-Team. Gonna tighten that chain and get her a little straightened out there. All right, here we go, South Dakota State. Green flags are out. Out through 4.8 miles an hour, out to 45 feet. Front end starting to float there. Little frame twist, little frame twist. Starting to cut hard to the low side, starting to cut hard. Out through 143. Keeping her between the lines. Out through 165. Oh, wave to a stop right there on the line at 187.94, 187.94, 4.9 miles an hour. Going top to bottom. Up next, the Torquin Tigers, TNT, coming from the University of Missouri. Coming up after the Tigers is going to be the Bison pulling team, coming from North Dakota State. Followed by Iowa State's X-Team tractor. And then Nebraska's X-Team tractor. We're spooled up, waiting on another green flag. 2 green flags. Whoa, coming out of the hole hard there. That makes them your new leader. Torquin Tigers, new leader, 8.1 miles per hour, 230 feet, 0.19. North Dakota State coming up. Their patented backward, long distance backing technique. All right, here we go. North Dakota State out past 75 feet and looking good. That front end's really got a good flex going. 121 feet, rolling to that high side, trying to get her straightened back out. Woo! Comes to a stop, 165.54. 165.54, top speed and even 5 miles an hour. Coming up next, Iowa State University X Team. Alrighty now, Iowa State X Team's the Versatile is back up with the red and yellow paint job. Followed up by Nebraska X Team will be next. All right, we're just spooled up and we're ready to roll. Here we go, taking that low side line, grandstand side. Out through 31 feet. I think that mustache adds about 5 foot to the pull, so he's looking pretty good. Boogieing along, starting to get a little more traction, fogging that generator down. Out through 140, still crawling along, getting a little more wheel slip, out through 155. Still clawing and scratching, still making movement about a mile an hour. Power hop, 165.98, 165.98. Next up, Nebraska's X Team, followed by South Dakota State X Team, and then rounding out the bottom side of the class. Nope, looks like we got K-State, then Iowa State's A Team. Got 4 tractors left in the class, looks like. Weighted up to that 1,600 pound weight, pulling at a 3.75 chain height on a sled. That's the lower of the two. Oh, found reverse. Getting her all hooked up here. Tighten that chain. Green lights on, waiting for those green flags, visors down. Here we go. Steady 3 miles an hour through 35 feet. Out through 85 feet, still holding a steady 3 miles an hour. Chugging along at 3 miles an hour, 145. Front end's getting a little lighter, out through 155. Chugging along through stop at 2:05:55. 2:05:55. Speed 3.3 miles per hour. All right, next up, South Dakota State X Team. All right, here we go. South Dakota State X Team, hook number 3, 1,600-pound class. We're moving along, pass through 30 feet, 4 miles an hour. Out through 100 feet, 3.5 miles an hour, out to 120. Getting through that soft spot in the middle of the track, 150. Clawing away through 175. Front end getting a little lighter, 190. Clawing away, 210, 220. Wait, no, red flag stop at 229.45. 229.45. Top speed, 4.1 miles an hour. Missed it by that much. Okay, maybe not that much, but at least like maybe this. Maybe like this far. All right, up next. Kansas State. Alrighty, here we go. Kansas State A-Team tractor coming out, looking the best, 230 feet. Wave to the camera, say hi. Chain's tight. Green flags are out. Here we go. Power up, power up, power up. Quickly through 70 feet. Out through 125. Down to 150. Front end's just getting a little bit lighter. Out through 175. Crawling in to 190. Still moving through 200. Out to 210. Clawing to 215. Woo! Red flag stop at 218.04. 218.04. Top speed just shy of that 7 mile an hour mark at 6.9 miles per hour. I believe we got one tractor left in the third hook. It's going to be Iowa State A-Team tractor coming in to silence them all, the silencer. All right, here we go. Iowa State A-Team coming up. Out of the hole and running. 25 feet in a hurry. Through 100 feet, 5.5 miles an hour. Do a little shift. 135, out to 145. Little bumping through 175. Clawing, clawing, clawing. Wave to a stop at 178.97, 178.97. Top speed, 6.4 miles per hour. All right, that's going to wrap up the 2021 ASABE quarter scale tractor pull competition.